JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, Westmoreland 3 killed within 30 minutes in bloody New Year's start. The New Year got off to a bloody start in Westmoreland, with the killing of 3 people in 2 incidents within a 30-minute time frame. The 3 men have been identified as 29-year-old Damar Martin and 22-year-old Tajay Stewart, both unemployed men from Cold Mountain. The other is 28-year-old Derek Sterling of Retreat, Negril, also in the parish, who was also shot by an unknown number of gangsters. The police said that in the first incident, Sterling was driving his black motorcycle with a pillion on board when they were approached by 2 men also driving a motorcycle around 1:30 a.m. The pillion of the second motorcycle fired at Sterling before escaping. The police were summoned, followed by a processing of the crime scene, and then the body was removed to the morgue. In the second incident, the police said that about 2 a.m. on New Year's morning, the men were about to leave a property when explosions were heard. The police were summoned, and on their arrival, both men were seen with multiple gunshot wounds. They were taken to a hospital where they were pronounced dead. Norman Thompson, otherwise called Greg, said he woke up to the devastating news of the Cornwall Mountain killings. Me wake up and then me had the cook, and I do what me do, and just come out here so say me I go got the corner shop, say me I come buy a cigarette. When me come, me I yell up everybody and me notice say them sad. So me say, look so like somebody dead. And me say everybody start laugh and say, it look like Greg not hear about the man who dead down the road last night. So far at that me hear. Everybody have more than one talk, stated Thompson. Member of Parliament for Westmoreland Western, Moreland Wilson, expressed sadness over the killings in the parish. He expressed hope that the parish will get more focus in crime prevention this year. We have now somewhat become the epicenter for violent crimes. So I'm looking forward to new initiatives to be taken by the police. I know they're working, but as we can all see, there's room for improvement, and more needs to be done to ensure that we can at least deter some of these heinous acts that have been taking place across the parish, stated Wilson. The first-time MP said he was willing to welcome any initiatives suggested by the Ministry of National Security and the police to include the reimposition of a state of public emergency that came to an abrupt end in November because of a lack of support from the opposition People's National Party. Wilson also expressed his condolences to the bereaved families, said there was a need to look at how people accused of committing crimes are charged. Big-time robber. The police say video footage have confirmed that the man who was shot and killed by a security guard during Wednesday's attempted robbery at the branch of Scotiabank in Sam Shop Square, Montego Bay, has been on their radar for a string of robberies in Montego Bay recently. The police have named the deceased as Dwight Anglin, who was of a Norwood, St. James address. He is believed to be in his early 20s. He has been fingered in the recent robberies of 2 supermarkets operated by Chinese nationals and the robbery of a tourist. There have been videos that have been verified to be him by botanical experts, caught on camera committing other crimes, which is robbery of Chinese nationals. There was a location that was searched that he had control over, that an iPhone, which was robbed from a visitor, was also found. Assistant Commissioner of Police Clifford Chambers, head of the Air 1 Police Division, said he has been on the police radar since those crimes were committed, and a person fitting his description was put on our eFit, which is our electronically draft system, and he was being sought. Knives have been featured in other robberies, the senior cop confirmed. Reports are that a man entered the building at approximately 8:50 a.m. on Wednesday, shortly after the bank was opened to the public. It is alleged that the man, who was armed with a knife, jumped over the teller's counter where he held the knife at a worker's neck while making his demands. The police say he was shot by an armed security guard on duty. The quick response team assigned to the Jamaica Constabulary Force responded to the incident, and the man was taken to the Cornwall Regional Hospital where he was pronounced dead. 2 charged in Red Stripe robbery probe. The police have charged 2 people in connection with last week's massive robbery at the Red Stripe Brewery on Spanish Town Road in St. Andrew. The 2, both wholesale operators from the corporate area, are charged with receiving stolen property. 4 other suspects remain in custody pending further investigations, while 3 have been released. The 2 accused are Alonzo Smith, 32, otherwise called Fatman and Bliss, from Ebenezer Avenue, and Susan Jackson, otherwise called Apisha, 34, from Bond Street, downtown Kingston. Police say 104 cases of Red Stripe beer and 28 cases of drug and stout were recovered at Smith's establishment. Investigators allege that Smith received and distributed all the stolen liquor. Detectives recovered 705 cases of Red Stripe at Jackson's establishment. It is alleged that she purchased more than 900 cases of the stolen liquor. The 9 people were detained between last Monday and Wednesday as the St. Andrew South Police probed the $8 million robbery. A Freightliner truck, reportedly one of 2 used in the heist, has also been seized by the police. Reports said about 2 a.m., a gunman reportedly managed to get onto the Spanish Town Road premises, held up the security guard, and tied him with a piece of telephone cord. The man then reportedly opened the main entrance of the facility, allowing 2 vehicles to steal the liquor. Security forces crushed plan to parade Dog Paw's body. Police and the soldiers on Friday crushed the plan to parade the body of St. gangster Christopher Dog Paw Linton through Tavern and to neighboring communities in St. Andrew out of his interment at Dovecote Memorial Park in St. Catherine. The heavy presence of law enforcement began Thursday night when a wake being held for Linton was shut down and many of those in attendance, including members of his family, were taken away by the police for processing. Thursday night's actions created tension that carried over into Friday morning as livid residents and members of Linton's family expressed disgust at the treatment they received. They claimed that lit candles at the wake were kicked over by police, and people in attendance, including senior citizens, were roughed up and shouted at by cops who they said used obscene language. One woman said that not even music was being played Thursday night when the security forces arrived. Friday morning, one man said, "Them come and kick over the candles and say if we put up any more, them will kick out with it. Even when I call them superiors, the same result. I think the funeral have to be postponed because of the operation Thursday night. The community can't feel good about that, I need to find out if there's a law that says we can't light candles. Then we need to cut out the foolishness. I think it's something personal against him." Despite some delay and uncertainty, the funeral got underway inside the chapel at Dovecote in the afternoon with more than 50 relatives and close friends in attendance. Leah Tavares-Finson, the mother of one of Linton's children and daughter of Senate President Tom Tavares-Finson, walked into the chapel with a bottle of Heineken beer. She was teary-eyed throughout majority of her tribute to Linton, whom she described as very loving and caring. "There's no amount of Heineken I can drink to prepare for this. I've known Christopher since I was 17 years old. We have a son together, and we have had relations in various capacities over the years. One of his favorite things to say was, 'Oh, my days. I never stopped hearing that for 18 years, she said. When the phone rings and I answer it, all I hear is, "Baby mother," and you know it is some request. He was such a loving, caring, and giving protector. He was my protector till death, and protector of the children, even my youngest child," Tavares-Finson said in reference to a baby she shares with dancehall artist Javelani. "We're going to miss him. This is a great loss to Tavern. No matter what anybody says, he was an amazing guy. He loved this community with all his heart. He loved Tavern. He lived and died for Tavern. People always want to understand how I ended up with Chris. But sometimes I think to myself, how did he end up with me? For 18 years, he was my best friend. I told him everything. Anytime I had to tell him anything that I know he wouldn't approve of, I just swallow the cussing and then take maybe a 2-week probation of him not talking to me," she said. Linton's girlfriend, Crystal, who delivered the eulogy, said, "Though times and seasons change, your memory will remain forever in our hearts." She said that Linton, who was born on September 30, 1986 at Victoria Jubilee Hospital, was raised in a humble Christian home along with his brothers. He enjoyed playing football, attending Sunday school, and watching cartoons. She said the cartoon he loved the most was Paw Paw Bears, and his friends would often tell him that he resembled Dog Paw, one of the cartoon characters. That led him to be given the nickname Dog Paw. He was known to his peers to be loving, kind-hearted, friendly, and a jovial individual, which undoubtedly made him a lot of friends. He had a passion for nature, which inspired him to become a proud member of his school's environmental club. Christopher was very much involved with his Christian beliefs and decided to get baptized at the age of 10, she said. Linton, who police say was involved in several serious crimes before he was sent to prison and continued on that path after his release in April this year, was shot dead by cops on John Golden Road in Elliston Flats on October 11, 2021, in what was reported as a firefight with police. The police had reported that a team of lawmen was searching for a grey vehicle with armed men. In the process, they intercepted a vehicle which had a female driver and a male passenger. Cops said they instructed the occupants to exit the car when 35-year-old Linton reportedly exited the vehicle, pointing a firearm at cops. The police stated that they opened fire at Linton. It was pronounced at the University Hospital of the West Indies. A Colt .45 pistol was reportedly recovered from the scene. The female driver, whose sources have confirmed is an insurance agent, was not injured or hospitalized as a result of the incident. St. Catherine man charged with multiple offences. A court date is now being finalized for a McCook's Pen, St. Catherine resident charged with multiple crimes including gun offences. Romario Thomas, 22, has been charged with illegal possession for firearm and ammunition, shooting with intent, and wounding with intent. It follows an incident on Greendale Boulevard, Spanish Town in the parish on Tuesday, December 21, 2021. The police say about 12:20 p.m., a man was sitting in a business establishment when he was approached by Thomas, who shot him several times. While attempting to escape, Thomas allegedly fired shots at a police officer who was in the vicinity. The fire was returned. The injured man was transported to hospital where he was admitted. Thomas was later apprehended after he turned up at hospital seeking treatment for gunshot wounds. Police probe theft of boat engines from Runaway Bay Fishing Village. The St. Anne police are probing the theft of 4 high-powered boat engines owned by fishers from Swallowhole Fishing Village in Runaway Bay on Friday morning. It's reported that the owners of the engines turned up at the village about 5 o'clock for their usual fishing voyage when they discovered that the 4 engines had been detached from the boats. Fisherman Patrick Hibbert said that he has suffered a major setback as he has more than 100 fish pots at sea and is now unable to get to them. Right now, everybody's at a standstill. Dozens of men have fish pots at sea because we help each other. And some boats have 3 persons, some have 4. Many fishermen are at a standstill, so we can't move. Meanwhile, Councillor for the Dry Harbour Division, Carlton Ricketts, has condemned the theft of the engines. I can't believe myself that hoodlums would really come and take away the engine from these boats. This is what they depend on. I'm appealing to those persons responsible to look into it and see what they have done is wrong. Bring them back so these folks can have a life, Ricketts said. 6 nurses among latest university hospital staff to test positive for COVID-19. The Nurses Association of Jamaica, NAJ, has revealed that 6 of its members are among the 48 employees of the University Hospital of the West Indies who have contracted COVID-19. News broke on Friday from memo to workers at the hospital, which stated that most of those who were tested positive contracted the virus after Christmas Eve. The employees reportedly became infected after attending gatherings last weekend. NAJ President Patsy Edwards-Henry said that she, upon being informed of this development, she investigated, and while confirming the number of nurses infected, her queries also revealed that they had not been admitted to hospital and therefore their symptoms are mild. With Jamaica now experiencing its 4th COVID-19 wave, the NAJ president said she'll be monitoring the status of other nurses throughout the country. Newborn baby among 528 new COVID cases, no new deaths reported. Amid Jamaica recording 528 new COVID-19 cases over 24 hours up to Saturday afternoon, the Ministry of Health and Wellness has reported a positivity rate of 34.9% for the one-day period. At the same time, no new COVID-19 fatality was recorded on Saturday, resulting in the overall coronavirus death toll in Jamaica remaining at 2,476. There were 131 recoveries on the day, bringing that tally to 65,813. The newly confirmed COVID-19 cases brought the total number on record for the island to 95,177. Notably, the 34.9% positivity rate was based on the samples that were tested on Saturday. Of the newly confirmed cases, 312 are females and 216 are males with ages ranging from 1 day to 93 years. The case count was made up of Kingston and St. Andrew, 274, St. Catherine, 86, St. Thomas, 34, St. Mary, 25, St. James, 17, Portland, 16, Manchester, 15, Westmoreland, 14, St. Anne, 12, Clarendon, 11, Hanover, 11, Trelawney, 8, and St. Elizabeth, 5. There are 31 moderately ill patients, 12 severely ill patients, and 4 critically ill patients, among 2,496 active cases now under observation in Jamaica. A total of 123 COVID-19 patients are hospitalized locally. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.